Well, hello and welcome. If you found this video, it's no coincidence. You were meant to find it. If you're looking to connect with your higher self, your intuition, for guidance, your angels, maybe your guides, well, stay tuned. I'll help you connect with your intuition, your abilities. Everyone has them. Hi, my name is Sharon Lennon with Channeling Angels. I'm a psychic medium, angel incarnate, and a spiritual counselor. Excuse me. Have you noticed that you've been noticing when, like, knowing things before they happened, like a phone or your phone will ring and you know who's calling before you even see who was calling, or something that might just happen, like you know that your son or daughter's going to walk into the room, and then 5 minutes later they come walking in. This is your intuition. This are little signs that you have a gift, and I'm going to help you try to connect with it. I first started noticing that I had a gift when I was young. I had a spirit come to me in the middle of the night. I had a few other incidents before I became an adult, like prophetic dreams and stuff like that. But I really started connecting more with my intuition when my youngest daughter was born. I would know who was calling. This is before caller ID. I would know, someone who was going to stop by before they stopped by. These things, and I recognized, like, how did I know that? How did that come to me? Well, they're all just signs that we all have the connection to heaven. We all have a higher self. We all have an intuition, a gut feeling. You just have to sometimes just tap into it. One thing I recognized right off was the fact that, I do connect with my angels quite often, but they would send me these repeating numbers. I would see the same number all the time, and it started off with my birthday. I'm born in October. My birthday's October 19th, so I would look at the clock and it said 10:19. I'd see it like a few times a day, and I'd see it in license plates and receipts constantly. And I'm like, wow, it's just kind of odd, Then I would look up the meaning of these numbers, and I started to really connect with numerology and life path numbers. And lo and behold, I found out you can go down this gamut of into numerology, and it's just intense. Everything's a number. Even our binary codes and programs on these computers and apps, everything has a numerical meaning to it. So with that, I really connected to the site, I think it's Joanne's Sacred Scribes numerology site, and that really connected me into I end up seeing more and different numbers constantly. And I would always rely back to that site as far as the meanings. This is before I even knew that I was an angel incarnate. It all just kind of snowballed. I've had my gifts for, over 30 years, 35 years or so. And with that, I slowly grew into what I am today, and it's connecting with spirit, connecting with my angels, connecting with my guides. I have prophetic dreams. I teach classes on intuition and connecting with your higher self. Everybody has intuition, and I'm not any more special than anybody. This is probably why I'm here, is to help people recognize that you have a higher self. You have an intuition. You have a connection to heaven between your angels and your guides, and even your loved ones have passed on. And my angel just chimed in agreeing with me. If you haven't seen any other videos, I do hear my angels. I have little to no hearing in my right ear. God took it away, but I do hear my angels, and I hear God, and I hear my guides. So with that, stay tuned. We will be going over more and more ways of connecting with your higher self. But recognize when you do get a message, or like when you do know something without actually knowing it. Recognize those things and start a journal. I always recommend starting a journal, because once you start writing things down, you'll notice a pattern. And then sometimes, like months and months later, go back and read over stuff you've written down, and you'd be surprised how maybe something came to fruition, or how really connected you are, because you'll start noticing more and more and more. It'll become more prevalent to you when you get, I call it a hit, or maybe something where you connected with something or knew something before it would happen. Okay, like I said, everyone has abilities, but some might be more attuned to one ability than the other. We connect with our abilities through our senses. Our five senses, of course, they always said the sixth sense is your higher knowing. I don't know all of the, there's the clairs, all the intuition senses. I don't know my hand, I have to write them down, so putting on the glasses. Clairsentience, which is, a lot of people have this one. A lot of mothers, people in the health professionals, it's called empathy. They're empathetic. They feel the emotions of people. You might notice, like, if someone's in a bad mood, and you go into the room and you just feel, without even looking at the person, you just feel that the energy's changed. That's clairsentience. You're able to feel people's emotions without even looking at them, regardless of where they are. Mothers with their children. I'm not just putting females into this category. Men feel this too. I just notice more empathy through females with their children, their mothers, their parents, and stuff like that. But men have it too, and they connect with it, and just as good, if not better, than women. The next one would be clairvoyance, which is clear sight, which is not seeing something without the physical eyes, seeing through your third eye. This is where chakras come in. I mean, there's a whole nother gamut through chakras too. But then there's a clear audience, which is clear hearing. It's hearing the non-physical, which I have. I have all the clears, just because I've been tuning into them and working on them for a long time. So don't expect these to come to you overnight. It takes time. It takes patience. Sometimes might connect with something one day and not the next, but that's just the way it is. It's like a muscle. You just got to keep working on it and checking it. So give yourself a break, and don't get too hard on yourself if you don't get the things right away. Clear cognizance is knowing something that you shouldn't have known. Just like I said, with maybe the phone ringing, you know who's calling. Someone knocking at the door, you already know who it is. These are things that just recognize when you get these hits. We have clear gustance, which is the taste. So you're going to taste something without actually putting it in your mouth. Sometimes I get this when I have a craving. All of a sudden, it's like, boy, I could really go for some chips or something. You know, you have the taste just comes to you, or um, I have a taste for pizza or something, and then all of a sudden my daughter had already ordered pizza, and it's being delivered, and it just comes in. So this is what they mean by clairgustance, clear taste, and clear smell, or clear smell, which would be clair aliens, which, and this has happened to me a few times. All of a sudden, it's like, I used to do a lot of paranormal investigating. I have a paranormal investigating channel. If you ever want to check it out, it's the channel is RIPghosts. We had a show, our group, which was mostly sensitives in the group, sensitive psychics, mediums type of thing. And I was in a basement, and this is of a museum, so there was no food or drink or anything, but I got the smell of beer. And there was this spirit standing next to me that smelled like he just drank a beer, and I just like, all of a sudden I got this smell. It's like, any spirits in this room that you want to speak to us? I smell beer. I just got a, I don't know if it's a psychic. Did someone like to drink beer here?
Oh, I don't smell any beer.
No, I think it was my psychic smell. It was a real quick whiff of beer. Like,
your psychic sense of smell.
Yeah. It's all your senses. What is it called? The psychic smell? Clear nostrils.
Something I don't have currently.
Clear, not sentience, not clairvoyance.
It's not psychomical. That's
No, that's
grabbing things and being like,
okay. Is there anybody here that likes to drink beer? In spirit.
I think I heard a footstep back there.
Oh, they did say you hear footsteps. It's like, I smell beer. And of course there was no beer. This is a museum, there's no food, you barely could sit on the furniture. You had to sit on the floor for the most part. So there was no beer around. So, you might connect with everyone's different, so everyone's going to connect with different abilities than others. I used to really connect with my gut instinct, especially, like I said, what I do with my paranormal investigating. I could always tell a spirit was in the room. My gut would tighten up, and I'm not talking angels. I'm talking ghosts or earthbound spirits. I could walk in a room and my stomach would tighten right up, and I'm like, there's somebody here. I also have the ability of remote viewing, meaning I can connect with a picture of somebody's house and tell you if there's spirits in there, where they are, who they are. But that comes in time with it, with the gut feeling and everything. But if like I said, if you notice any of these abilities, start with the ones that you've noticed you're connecting with, and then go from there. Whether it's claircognizance, clairaudience, clairvoyance, start with that one. Don't try to grab all of them, because it's like, you gotta start in first grade, then you go to second grade and third grade. You'll get stronger as you connect. Another thing as far as clear feeling, you might also want to check or do this little exercise. And what you can do is clear feeling with your hands. And I have a clear quartz here, and these all have a vibration, an energetic vibration. This will also help you connect with your higher self, connect with your angels, and just holding on to it. But put it in your hand and just try to clear your mind and just try to feel. Everything's a vibration. Now, it's psychic, not psychic, but physics. Everything's a vibration. Everything's energy. So because everything's energy, everything's in vibration. So put that in your hand and just try to connect and feel the vibration of the stone. Excuse me. And let me get a sip real quick. feel the vibration. This is one way of connecting with your higher self, connecting with your abilities, along with the feeling the energy from the crystals or the stones. What we want to do when you're trying to tap into the energy is, if you're trying to feel the energy, you always put it in your non-dominant hand, because our hands, everything in our body is, for one reason or another, is connected in as far as to our intuition. So our dominant hand is usually, if you're into wanting to connect with healing or sending healing energy to someone, if they're sitting there, or if you would use send energy, like any loving or healing energy, you would send it with your dominant hand. I'm right hand dominant. So when I want to feel the energy or connect with the energy, because you're sending with your dominant, you're receiving with your non-dominant. So if you want to receive or feel, you would put it in your non-dominant hand. So you don't always put it into your left hand. Sorry, that was my phone. But yes, so put it in your non-dominant hand and just close your eyes and just try to connect with the energy, the vibration of the object you're trying to connect with. Along with this, it's called psychometry. If you get good at that, you can feel the energy of and maybe read the energy of objects that maybe a loved one has passed. A locket, a brooch, a watch. I've done this in classes before. They would put the object in the hand, and we just close our eyes and try to connect with it. And we would, everyone in the class would bring an object, and then each of us would grab something that wasn't our own, someone else's, and we, not knowing whose it was and whose it's from, we didn't even look at the object, to be honest with you. We would keep it blindfolded, and we would just, meaning under a scarf or something, and we grab it, not knowing, and just hold it. So not knowing if it's like keys or a brooch or a watch, and just hold on to it, and we go to our seats, and we sit, and we connect with it, and we write down what we felt. And a lot of times, I want to say 75 to 80% people were connecting with these objects and getting right answers. They would know if it was a male or female's object, what type of person they were, maybe just the overall energy of what they maybe liked, what color eyes they had, stuff like that. We had a lot of good success with it. So with this, like I said, connecting with your higher self, your abilities, maybe you want to start there. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like this video and want to watch more, please like and share. Please subscribe, which would be great. It would get my channel or my videos out to more people. If you have any questions or want to know anything more about angels or have an angel story, I want to share angel stories, and anything that you might have interest, either email me. I'll have my email in the description, or comment below. I appreciate you all, love you, and God bless.